for boxing all over, that there's so many bad decisions at the moment in big fights. It's spoiling boxing. So I just hope that the judges are fair.
Charlotte Daly of Male Sport Boxing. I'm joined by Chantelle Cameron ahead of this weekend's rematch with Katie Taylor. Now, back in Dublin. Wasn't expecting this fight to take place in Dublin. I thought it would be on your home turf this time. Why did you decide to come back here for the second fight?
So I didn't decide to come back here. I had to come back here. For me, I would have loved to box in the UK. This is my third fight now on the bounce that I haven't boxed in the UK. So I'm looking forward to going back on my own home turf. But no, so I had to come back to Dublin for the rematch.
Okay. And in terms of the first fight now, Jamie said in an interview recently that you were working with like a psychologist beforehand, and there was lots of different boxes that you ticked going into that fight. What was it about working with that psychologist you think that really helped you in that first fight?
So his name's Ryan, Mind Excellence, and he's such a great guy and has been a massive part of my career as well. So people think it's just all about getting fit, being physically prepared, but for me it's just as much as about my mental training as well. And we've been working together for this fight again, and he just makes sure that I'm prepared mentally, and we make sure that we tick all the boxes for my mind as well. Like, I'm always cool, calm and collected, and I like being that way, so we just make sure that we keep it like that as well. Stay grounded and just enjoy it, and use the mental training that he gives me and the little tips and tricks to stay calm and stay focused.
I think we said there about it being a really big part of preparation. People don't always understand that. And again, something Jamie was talking about was the fact that you're quite hard on yourself, and you always have been, and a bit of self-doubt every now and then. You've beaten Katie Taylor, you showed everyone what you're made of. Yeah. Do you still have that element of self-doubt, or has that been now put to bed in the fact that you are where you are?
Unfortunately, I still got it. I wish I didn't, because I'm always quite hard on myself. If I don't spar as good as I should, I get a bit annoyed at myself, and kind of like I beat Katie Taylor, but kind of forgot about it now because I've got to do it all over again. And I'm going into this full of confidence, but I'm also not an egomaniac and think, oh, I've got this in a bag. It's not like that. It's a fight. Anything could happen. But I'm mentally prepared. I'm physically prepared. The best I've ever felt. Happy with everything that's gone on in my camp, the way I've been, my training. So I just got to make sure that I cement it, and kind of like don't be complacent and think, oh, I beat her once, I'll do it again. This is all about me as well. Make sure that I put on a better show and that I perform the best I can perform. I think the last fight I didn't perform my best. I had an injury for a start, and I think obviously a lot of nerves were in there, and nobody expected me to win, so there was so much going on. Whereas this time I'm just going into this fight doing what I love doing, and it's just a fight to me now.
You said there about the fact that with the first one, nobody expected you to win.
Yeah.
You kind of thrive off that underdog feeling. You were saying before the last fight that you love it when people underestimate you because you can prove them wrong and whatnot. You're now going into this fight as the favourite. A lot of people have you down as beating Katie Taylor.
Yeah.
What's that shift like within that mindset that now no longer you're that underdog that can prove everyone wrong? People are almost expecting you to win this rematch.
So to be honest, I'm ignoring it. So to me, I'm the underdog, and obviously it's lovely to know that people are like looking at me now as a favourite. But to me, my mindset is I'm underdog. I'm not expected to win. I'm here. I'm in Dublin. I'm singing to Katie's tune again, and I just got to make sure that I go in there and spoil the party again. But no, I'm my mentality that I'm the underdog, and I got to keep that mentality.
And in terms of the fight itself, the first one before we talk about the one coming up, were you quite surprised by Katie's tactics? Because we all assumed she'd come flying out of the blocks and kind of put the pressure on early, but it was almost like a role reversal that she actually she started slower and then tried to pile it on kind of halfway / towards the end.
To be fair, it started different to what we thought it would start, but Katie's not as strong as me. So she can come and try and meet me in the middle, but I can fight on the inside, I can fight on the outside. So I'm all wrong for Katie Taylor. So she comes out and tries to stamp her authority. She's going to meet me, and she's going to come off second best.
Sometimes the rematch, in my eyes, is actually potentially harder than the first fight, because the first fight is a bit of an unknown with both of you. You obviously both now have felt each other out, know what to expect. Is there a pressure on you to kind of provide something different to catch her off guard again?
So obviously, looking back at the first fight, there was things that I did wrong, and I kind of watch it and think, oh no, that wasn't good. And I look at things that Katie done and Katie's flaws and Katie's strengths, and I just look back at that and think it has to be a better fight, because Katie coming with her head a lot, and you see in my head at the end there's like lumps and that, and it weren't from punches. I had like a massive bruise on my arm for punches on the arms, and I just got to make sure that I keep my head out the way of her head, because she does come in with the head a lot, and when she's holding, that I don't let her hold me. I do what I've got to do, and I've prepared and getting out of that hold, and making sure when she is holding on to me, that I make her pay for it.
And the last fight did go the distance.
Yeah.
Again, we spoke about it before, about the bias of potentially being in Dublin didn't factor in the last fight. Are you looking to try and stop the contest earlier this time, or are you just sticking to your principles, and if it goes to distance, it goes to distance?
I'm just going to do me, and I never look for the stoppage anyway. I'm really hoping that the judge is going to be fair again. Obviously, the last fight, one of the judges gave it a draw, and that was a bit of a shock. And obviously, my heart was going thousands of a dozen, thinking, "Oh no, it's happened." But I'm hoping we get fair judges again, because it would be a shame for boxing all over that there's so many bad decisions at the moment in big fights. It's spoiling boxing. So I just hope that the judges are fair and they're honest, and whoever the best woman on the night is, they give the decision, and there's no shocks.
And in terms of prep for this fight, now I know you do a lot of sparring with men.
Yeah.
What is that like, getting into a ring with a man, because they're typically faster and stronger, and having to deal with that? Obviously, it prepares you really well for your fights, but what is that like?
It's the best preparation. It's the best rounds I can get, and it kind of makes you think. You have them hard rounds in the gym where you've had tough sparring against someone sharper, faster, fitter than what your opponent's going to be. So when it comes to fight night, you kind of feels a little bit easier than what it would be when you've been in the gym and sparring the lads. So for me, I absolutely love it, because I'd rather do them rounds in the gym where maybe I am getting a little bit beaten up and stuff. But that's why I'm undefeated, because when it comes to fight nights, I've done my preparation and I'm prepared.
The hard work's done.
Yeah.
Last time you walked first to the ring, Katie kept you waiting for a very long time. It was a lengthy ring walk she had. Do you have plans to do the same sort of thing for her? Are you going to keep her waiting in the...
Absolutely not, no. My job's to get in the ring, as soon as the bell goes, get down to business. I'm not going to do no mind games, no little tricks up my sleeve. I just want to get in the ring and get the fight started.
Brilliant. And final question, what is your prediction for Saturday night?
Always a Chantelle Cameron win.